Okay, so this is part two-ish of the rant. It's not really so much of a rant anymore. The first one was a rant because I was upset and I wanted to get everything off my chest, but going over the video, I noticed that I left a lot of stuff out. First and foremost, I want everyone to be aware that I gave this dealership ample opportunity. When I first went there, I had, like I said, the 3 cars that I bought in my lifetime. I'm very young. I'm only 23. So, I mean, I've only had 3 cars in my lifetime, and I've bought, or 4 of them. One was given to me by family. It broke down. We traded it in for the first car there, but I've bought all my cars from them. So the first one, you know, I got from them. The second time around, I wanted to keep building my credit up for a home, have more credit on my history, and I thought would be nice to do it through them. So, I mean, I want to make it very clear that I didn't start out with this type of attitude or self-entitlement because I'm buying these cars from you and I'm spending this amount of money. No, I came in there with good standings towards them. You know, the first person that was issued as my advisor, I took them, I gave them respect, I expected them to fucking take care of the car, blah, 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 blah. You know, at this point, it's not like they've fucked with things to the point where I want to put them on blast that much, so I'll leave their names out. But it's one of those things where I've gone through every single advisor that they've had there, and there's probably about 6 of them that I've gone through so far. And the first 2 that I had was there's like 4. I don't know how I'm gonna do this pretty much because I'm not gonna be using their names. So essentially, I started out with 2 advisors, and one for the white one for the fucking gray one. The one that was handling my gray one was doing a good job for a while until it came to the rotational clicking, and then once I couldn't get it resolved through him, I started switching through the other advisors and was getting a runaround through all of them until I got to my one that I'm currently with right now. And even though we had the bullshit that happened today, he has so far been the only one that has actually taken care of the shit. So I give him credit for that, and I do appreciate his service and the help that he's given so far, because out of all the advisors I've gone through, he's been the only one to actually get shit going and get shit taken care of. Even if it hasn't been done correctly, it's still getting done. So with that being said, and that being said with my car, same goes with the white car. You know, the first person that was dealing with it was a lady, and initially the problems that arose with that were the touch, because it has a touch screen in there, and it has that My Ford system. And my fiance, the issues that she was complaining to me about was she would start the car, be driving, and it would start turning on and off, and not the car, but the touch screen itself would start turning on and off and on and off and on and off. And that's annoying when that's your music and like 50% of the car's features are controlled through the fucking touchscreen, the AC and everything like that. So that was a problem. Well, at first, and then that's around the time that the Hill Assist started going out. She pressed it and used it one time, and it fucking stayed on and wouldn't turn off, and then it just wouldn't turn on anymore after she reset the car. And so initially when that advisor went to take care of it, the problem that she kept saying was wrong with it was that they had to replace it all. So she supposedly was going to order a whole new deck unit, touchscreen with the AC attached to it and everything. And because if you don't know, with these Fusions, the AC unit, like the buttons and everything like that, are attached and fused together with the deck. Even on my base model that doesn't have the touch screen and it's all buttons and has a screen like this fucking big for the backup camera still, it's all fused together. So I still am not able to remove my deck and swap it out for a new one. If I were to do that, I would lose so many features in the car. They would have no way to separate the AC unit part of it from the rest of it, and Ford just designed it to where you can't remove it. Essentially, you got to stick with the stock head unit. or even if I could do it, I would be waiting 3 to 4 to 5 years before some manufacturer decided to make it so. So anyways, they were supposed to have ordered the deck, and they were supposed to have ordered a whole new button for the Hill Assist. I think I waited probably 2 to almost 3 months before I finally got fed up and went in there and switched over to a new advisor, because I guess she had went on vacation and never bothered letting any of her clients know or switching them over to anybody else, so we just got put on back burner. And from there it started switching to different advisors, because the next advisor that I switched to, which was the one that was currently been dealing with my car, not the one right now, but the first advisor that was ever dealing with my car, he was attempting to fix it when I would drop it off, but when my fiance would drop it off, they would treat her like she was a dumb woman, and I'll try to dig up the service rate. It's probably in the folder that I didn't ever go through, or it's in her car, but and one of the records, they printed out this huge paragraph thing about how the Hill Assist doesn't start up until you're accelerating 15 miles an hour or so. Well, unlucky for them, I actually own 2 Fusions, so I have the ability to come in there like an asshole with both of them and show them how the button in my base model turns on and off whenever I want to press it, or however fast I'm going. It'll work whenever I fucking press it. But in my SE model, that's arguably way more technically advanced than the fucking base model is. It doesn't work at all in there. So it's sad that most of the time I have to come in there with the second car just to get them to understand the issues that are going on. So I mean, I tried to be civil with them at first. I went in there with the attitude that, you know, I'm going to give them the same respect that I had given to Toyota, and hopefully I get that respect back, and hopefully we can build a good relationship. I'm going to be bringing the car in that I bought from you for you to do the service at, so hopefully, idealistically, you're going to take, you know, amazing care of it. And unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. So what do you call it? Those are just some extra issues that have been going on with the car. I wanted to just, you know, basically state that I've gone through every single service advisor that they have there. If there's 1 or 2 extra ones that they have somewhere around there that I haven't reached yet, it's all the same shit to me. I've still gone through 5 or 6 service advisors, and it's just crazy. My experience at Toyota of Gilroy was fucking, it was incredible. And I didn't have warranty through them. I paid out of pocket, but at the same time, my service advisor, Art Oliveira, who's an amazing, amazing service advisor, never fucked with me. Like, he would always lay it on the table, what needed to be done with the car, how long exactly I can go without doing it, what would fucking happen if it, you know, and what problems would arise if I didn't to get it taken care of, how much it would fucking cost, what he recommended I get done that day, how I should drive my car, how fast or how slow I should be driving it until I come in to get the shit taken care of. Like, they were straight up with me about everything. And they didn't try to sneak anything extra in there to get me to pay for certain shit. Like, they were honest. Their service was great there. Their waiting room was amazing. They offered you coffee and stuff like that. It was incredible at Toyota. And I thought that I would get the same service at Ford, if not better, considering that I bought 3 cars from them already. So I thought that it would be better service. So, yeah, just basically now that I've calmed down a bit from the entire situation and I get a chance to overall assess everything that's going on, I do appreciate them attempting to fix it this time, because I've seen a lot of videos of people that are fighting just to get the dealership to take some sort of responsibility about it. But after going in there today, like I've tried to explain to them in the past, I'll be reasonable with you. I understand if you guys are busy. I understand if you have a high volume of customers. I understand if you need more time to fix the car properly, because I would rather have the car fixed properly and be in great condition and, in going back to what I keep saying, being in the same fucking condition that I got it off the lot in, because I've been fighting so hard to keep it in that condition, that I don't mind letting you guys keep it however long you need to fucking keep it for. This is why I have such a great relationship with my sound shop guys, because I don't ever bitch to them about how long they keep my car. They know that they're more than welcome to fucking have it however long they need to get the job done, and that they're more than welcome to get to other customers first that are bitching and complaining to them about wanting their car. And that's fine, because I appreciate them fucking doing the job correctly and not screwing my car up. And on top of that, they cut prices down for me, and they treat me right there. And you know, that's, I tried explaining that to Ford, that I don't fucking mind if you guys needed extra time, but let me know. Call me and let me know. Tell me what's going on with the vehicle. Tell me what needs to be fucking done, how long you need to fucking keep the car for, and that's fine with me. You can have it for that long, or however long you need for it to properly get fixed, but don't give me the runaround. Don't fucking tell me that it's going to be done tomorrow or in 2 days, or that it's finished and everything's taken care of, and I come over there and nothing's been done like you told me it was going to be done. And as soon as I get there, all of a sudden, you guys don't fucking know who told me it was done, and or just like, all around trying to make me seem like I'm crazy. Like, I just don't appreciate the runaround. I don't appreciate spending money on rental car coverage through them for my car, and for them to spin it as if like they have their shuttle service to take you around and drop you off and do it, then like basically give you rides where you need to go if they're going to have the car just for the day. But anything past a fucking day warrants a rental car. And that's exactly how he spun it when I was purchasing the rental car coverage from them. No, truth be told, it's after like the 3rd or 4th day of them keeping your fucking car, and if they have it in stock. I would have never purchased it if that was the case. And one of the main issues I have is with the white car, that they were supposed to put the maintenance plan on it. They never put the fucking maintenance plan on it. Now I have to pay $2,200 out of pocket to have it be put onto the car. And if I don't put it onto the car, then what? With all the problems that I'm having with this one within the first fucking year of me owning it, do I really want to be paying out of pocket for whatever issue comes later on down the line? I would rather spend the $2,200 now and save myself the fucking heartache later on. I was already spending $1,200 to $1,500 towards the end of my Camry's life cycle before it got totaled. And I'll be damned if I start doing this shit at Ford, especially when they're fucking my car up like that. And that's the other thing that I wanted to touch on. When they were fixing or attempting to fix the Hill Assist button the very last time, before they fucking got the diagnostic in their computer about how they needed to replace the whole button, and they wanted to reach out to the manufacturer about it. The manufacturer told them to give it some time until they can find a code to reset it, because they didn't want to fucking replace it and then have it do the same thing later on, and they keep replacing the button. So when they did have it in the shop, and they did take apart the center bezel console, because these Fusions have this gear shifter, this electronic gear shifter, and like everything in the center console is just very nicely put together. Like, they have all this chrome trimming, the plastic is beautifully matte finished, and it sits nestled into there next to all the leather, and fucking the rotary gear shifters like in there, built to save space. And we have the electronic parking brake and the buttons for the fucking Hill Assist and all this shit. These little cubbies and stuff. And it's like this plastic bezel is like all one piece. Like, it's like it surrounds the cup holder, and then a lot of the cubbies that are there are like part of the plastic bezel. Well, when they took this plastic bezel off to service the fucking Hill Assist button, they broke the plastic bezel. So now, like, towards like when it's hard for me to explain. Other Fusion owners will know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, underneath the deck right here, there's the little cubby where you can plug your, your charger in to charge your phone. And they have a little USB section right here for you to plug a USB in so you can, listen to music and whatever. Well, there's also a little cubby right there. And then coming up this way, there's a little divot right here where you're supposed to put your phone. Well, like, in this little, like, section, like, connecting the bezel to the inner cubby part, they broke the fucking clips, so it doesn't clip back into place properly and it doesn't sit flush anymore. And they tried to give me back the car like that until I walked in, and then they owned up to it and said that they broke it and they'll replace it when they go to fix the fucking hill assist button. But it's just the concept that it's Ford and it's the dealership that supposed to know how to fix the cars that they made, and they're breaking shit as they're trying to fix shit. And it's like, I went to them to avoid that. It's as if I went to a fucking corner dealership again, you know, or a fucking corner store mechanic. It's just, I'm so tired of it at this point. Every time I go to pick my vehicle up, there's always something else wrong with it that I have to go back in and talk to them about. And I hate it because the whole time I'm explaining to them, I can't help but get the feeling that they think I'm just trying to pull a fast one on them, that I'm trying to go in there and bring up every little problem as it gets fixed to hopefully have them fix it, when that's not the case. I mean, I'm the most anal person about my cars when it comes to their condition, and it frustrates me to no end to have them basically accuse me of the shit that's going wrong with the car. That I'm fucking it up and I'm trying to come in and have them take care of it. So, whatever. That's the Ford store of Morgan Hill for you guys. That's all the bullshit that I've gone through with them. The sales department, like I said, is really good. They'll take care of you if you want to buy a car from them. But as soon as you buy something that starts fucking having trouble with it and you need to take it to the service department, that's the worst thing in the world. And the rental car coverage, at this point, it's one of those things where when you're able to use it, it's nice. When your car has been out of commission for a long ass fucking time and you're able to get your hands on a rental car, it is nice to have. But just know, before you go in there and you put that on your fucking loan, or you go and you pay cash for everything and you put that onto your fucking plan with them, that it doesn't mean that you're going to get a rental car as soon as they decide to keep your car for the night, and especially if you have to go to work the next day. That's not how that works. The second or third day into them having the car, they'll call you and let you know that they'll have to keep it for an additional 4 to 5 or so days, and then you can put a reservation in for a rental car. And their service department is always so busy that they rarely ever have any in stock. The entire year that I've gone through all this shit with them, I've gotten to use a rental car twice. The first time was a 17 Ford C-Max, and I think I had that for about 3 or 4 days before they rushed through my car to get done so they can get their rental back. And the second time was this recent time when they had it for the month, and I got a 2018 Ford Escape, I think, with like so few miles on it, and the car was in such a new condition. I just didn't drive it. I just left it in my driveway because I didn't want to, sadly enough, I didn't want to go to return my rental car back to them that I should have been able to use, and have them start talking about how there's all these extra miles on it, or fucking, you know, trying to blame a scratch on me from the previous person that was driving it. Because when I got a hold of the car, they literally didn't inspect it or anything before they gave it to me. They got it back from the person that gave it to them. They washed it really quick and called me to tell me I can come pick it up. And when I got it from them, it was like half-ass speed washed, and there was still all kinds of crumbs and shit in the inside from the last person that was in there. So that's the last thing that I really needed from them, was for them to accuse me of damage onto that car. So I had just left it in the driveway. I think I drove it once on the weekend to go up to Monterey, and that was it. It sat in the fucking driveway. And then they called me like within this next couple days to let me know that my car was done when it really wasn't, just to get the rental back. Gave him back the rental, noticed that the car had the dents in it, dropped it back off to him, and I haven't gotten a rental ever since. Every single time I call and ask them, they let me know that they'll call me, you know, within a couple hours towards lunchtime. I never hear from them. As soon as I get out of work, I call them, and it's always the same story. So, yeah, at this point, like I said beforehand, I'm gonna speed through paying off these car loans so that way I can get my credit built up, and as soon as the loans are paid off, I'm selling the cars ASAP, whether I trade them into a dealership. And just take the trade-in value from whatever dealership I'm going to get a new car from, because I'm going to get new cars after this. Like, these aren't cars that I can keep anymore, because it's already obvious after a year into owning it and all the shit that they've already done with it and 1 year's worth of owning it, that once the warranty's up, I'm not going to deal with paying an arm and a leg and borrowing someone else's arm and a leg just to pay off the existing debt that I have to to deal with the servicing and maintenance and every little thing that breaks and rotational clicking coming back and all this shit. No. My warranty expires as soon as the loan is up, and as soon as that fucking happens, the cars are getting sold. As soon as the loan's up, I receive that pink slip, I'm selling the cars or trading them in, and that's it. I'm going to go with something that can be reliable, and it's really fucking sad because my original plan was to obviously pay these off and keep them. They're they're great cars. They drive fun. They're beautiful. They're nice. And it's sad that there's this many problems with them. Or, you know, I get that there's defects when cars are being manufactured and put together by robots, but it's Ford handled the situation poorly. And I expect more from their customer service when they're supposedly the #1 Ford dealer in the Bay Area, and I expect 50% more than that, 50 to 100% more than that when you have a customer that just got done that's spending $50,000 on your vehicles. You should have a lot more care and consideration with their car than what's been presented thus far. So that's it for this Ford review and rant. And I will be sure to keep posted with more videos as I get the other car back, if or when I ever get it back, because at this point there's so much shit going on with it, and I've already contacted an attorney for Lemon Law that we'll see what goes on with that gray one. But I will keep some videos posted. Either way, I'm going to go and I'm going to record the damage that's been done to the bezel, because that's still there and there's paint peeling on the car. The hill assist doesn't work, and yeah, and then if I ever get the gray one back, I can go through and show what's been done to it, and we'll go through and we'll look to see what damage is still there. We'll do it all, I'll record it before I go and inspect it. So yeah, anyways, that's that video. I was hoping I would never have to make something like this when it came to me buying vehicles. Hence the reason why anybody goes to buy a brand new car to begin with, is mainly for that peace of mind, to know that you're going to have a reliable vehicle to get to and from work. You're never going to have to call off. You're not going to have to deal with radiator leaks or anything, and anything that goes wrong with it is covered. So far, the only good that's come from this is me not having to spend a single fucking dime on anything that they've done or any of the places that they've sent it to get any of this work taken care of on it. So it is what it is. Stuck with it now, and once it's paid off, these cars are going, and I'll never buy another Ford again, or at the very least from this fucking dealership. It probably doesn't matter anyway, because all the dealerships are going to have stupid fucking cars like this. So thanks for watching. Be careful. Don't put yourself in a position to have to use a service department at the Ford store of Morgan Hill, because you will fucking regret it, and they will destroy your car. Especially it'll just be the biggest nightmare if you really, really, really care about the condition that your car is in. So just be careful. One of the interesting things is, I was in there way back when I was still with my original advisor, and some lady came in with her 17 or 16 Ford Escape, and she was furious about how they had just replaced the gas pump or the gas line, and it was still leaking fuel. She had just filled up her fucking fuel tank, and fucking she comes out the next day and it's already below half a tank. So we've got issues like that going on with their newer cars. So just be careful. Really, really, really meticulously inspect your car before you get it. Do meticulous test drives on it. I test drove it, and a lot of these problems didn't even arise till a couple months after I got the vehicle. So just be careful. and be careful with the Ford store. So yeah.